I can barely type this, my hands are still shaking. I feel like I'm living in some kind of twisted nightmare, but I know it's all real. My life, it's just imploded. And it's all thanks to Kim star. It started subtly, like a hairline crack in the foundation of a house. Mark and I, well, we were supposed to be happy. We had been together for 8 years, married for 5. We had built a life, a home, a future. Or so I thought. He was my best friend, my partner. I trusted him. God, how naive I was. I'll rewind a bit. I have a chronic condition. Nothing life-threatening, but it requires medication to keep it in check. It's something I need to take daily, religiously. It's not something you can just stop. It affects my energy, my mobility, my overall quality of life. And Mark knew this. He saw the days I was bedridden, the times I struggled just to get through a normal workday. He knew star. About 6 months ago, I got a call from my pharmacy. They were calling to confirm my next refill. I was surprised, because I knew I had a few weeks left. Then the pharmacist said the order had been cancelled. I was confused and, frankly, a little panicked. I told her to investigate, but she was adamant that someone had specifically called and cancelled the refill. I called Mark immediately. Hey, did you happen to cancel my medication refill? I asked, my voice already tight with anxiety. There was a pause, a pregnant silence on the other end. Yeah, actually, I did. He said it with a lightness, a casualness that made my stomach churn. Why? I practically choked out. Why would you do that? Well, he began, sounding almost sheepish. We've got some big plans coming up, and I didn't think you'd need it for a while. Money's a little tight with the renovations, and I thought we could save a bit. Renovations? He hadn't mentioned any upcoming renovations. He usually kept me in the loop about such things. What plans, Mark? And renovations? What are you talking about? It's a surprise, he said, the smile evident in his voice. Don't worry about it. Just trust me. Trust him. That's what he said. I felt a chill creep up my spine. I asked him why he didn't discuss it with me, why he thought it was okay to meddle with my health without even talking to me first. He brushed it off, saying, it's no big deal. You'll be fine. I was not fine. The thought of going without my medication, even for a few days, filled me with dread. I felt like I had been sucker punched. I told him that I needed my medication, that it was essential for me to function. He relented, eventually. He said he would call the pharmacy and sort it out. But the seed of doubt had been planted. I started to look at him differently. This was a huge violation of trust. Why would he think it was okay to make a decision about my health without my knowledge or consent? The surprise he kept hinting at felt ominous. Over the next few weeks, I felt a change in him. He was more distant, more secretive. He was always on the phone, whispering. He would leave the room when I walked in. He started coming home later and later, always with some flimsy excuse about work. I chalked it up to stress, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Then came the promotion. I had been working towards it for years. I was finally offered the position of senior manager in my department. It was a huge step up, a massive pay raise, and a testament to all my hard work. I was ecstatic. I told Mark the moment I got the call, practically bouncing off the walls with excitement. His reaction, however, was muted. He congratulated me, of course, but there was a strange flatness to his tone. He didn't share my enthusiasm. In fact, he seemed almost annoyed. That's great, honey, he said, but we need to talk about the budget for the thing star. The thing? I asked, confused. What thing? You'll see, he said, waving his hand dismissively. It's going to be amazing. But with this new job, and a bigger salary, your expenses will change, and we'll need to adjust how we allocate funds. The budget. Why was the budget suddenly so important? The whole thing was off, a very off-putting vibe. I was so wrapped up in the joy of my new job, I let it slide. I figured he was stressed, that maybe he was worried about our finances. I was still buzzing from my new job offer. I would start the next month. The following weeks became increasingly tense. I was starting to have trouble focusing at work. My medication was getting low. I asked Mark to refill it, and he kept putting it off. He said he was busy. He said he would do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. Each day I felt worse, my fatigue worsening, pain flaring. I was losing the stamina I needed for my high-profile role. Then, it all came crashing down. It was a Saturday. I was feeling particularly awful, so I stayed in bed while Mark went out, saying he had errands to run. Hours passed. I felt a wave of dizziness. I knew I needed to get that medication. I was in bad shape, the worst of it. I went to the bathroom, I got ready. I needed to get a refill. I decided to drive to the pharmacy myself. As I was getting ready to leave, I found a manila envelope on the kitchen counter. It wasn't addressed, but my name was written on it. I decided to open it. Inside were several documents. Deeds. Loan agreements. And a real estate contract. They were all in Mark's name. And they all related to a beautiful, newly built house, the house of my dreams. My heart leaped into my throat. This couldn't be real. It was, though. He was buying a house, a beautiful, expensive house that we could not afford. And he hadn't told me. He had kept it a secret. But that wasn't the worst part. The last document was a loan application. And next to applicant's spouse it said, married, but not in the financial equation. I stumbled back, tears blurring my vision. He had been planning to leave me. To start a new life. With someone else. And he had used my savings. The money we had built, that we had saved up together, as a down payment. I felt like I had been hit by a truck. The shock, the betrayal, it was overwhelming. I called him. I just wanted to hear his voice, to ask him to explain. He answered, his voice light, almost cheerful. Hey, babe. Just heading home. Did you like the surprise? Mark, I managed to choke out. What is going on? Well, he said, still sounding unnervingly calm. I bought us a house. Isn't it amazing? Everything I've always wanted. The documents, the loan, your name. Why didn't you tell me? I asked, my voice shaking. He hesitated for a moment. I was going to tell you, eventually. But I knew you wouldn't approve. Approve? Approve of what, Mark? You are buying a house, without my consent, in my name, with our savings, and you're leaving me. Look, it's complicated, he said. I'm in love, so sorry. I don't think we work anymore. It was going to be a surprise. I didn't know how to tell you. I was speechless. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And the medication? I asked, my voice a whisper. Why did you cancel my medication? His voice dropped. Well, things are tight with the house. And, you know. That sort of thing. Money is tight. It wasn't a big deal. He said it wasn't a big deal. Like my health, my well-being, my life, didn't matter to him. You put my health in jeopardy, for money. And to have an affair. I spat the words out, barely able to control my rage. He sighed. Look, you're overreacting. It's just a house. And a new relationship. No need to get so dramatic. That was it. That was the moment. I felt something snap inside me. The hurt, the anger, the betrayal, it all crystallized. I knew, with absolute certainty, what I had to do. I'm not overreacting, Mark, I said, my voice surprisingly steady. You have betrayed me, lied to me, stolen from me, and jeopardized my health. You are a selfish, manipulative, and callous person. What are you talking about? He stammered. I'm talking about divorce, Mark, I said, my voice now cold. I want a divorce. And I want everything that's legally mine. The house, the money. And if you think you're getting away with this, you are sorely mistaken. I hung up. I spent the rest of the day collecting my thoughts and gathering evidence. I consulted with a lawyer. She was appalled by the details of my case. She assured me I had a strong case. The next day, I waited until he returned home from his work. I had the divorce papers ready, notarized. I handed them to him. He stared at them, his face a mask of shock and disbelief. What is this? He croaked out. It's the beginning of the end, Mark, I said. Goodbye. I walked out, leaving him standing there, frozen. The house, the new life he was building, it was all crashing down around him. I left my home, the home we built together. It's all gone now. I can't even think about it. I don't want to. The whole thing has left me feeling empty. I have no home, no job, and a very poor health. Now, I am healing. Healing from the medication lapse, and I am working on my case. I am also working on my career. I am looking for new work, to get back on my feet. It's been a long, hard road. But I am doing better. My anger is now driving me. I will not let him get away with this. I will fight for everything I am entitled to. And I will rebuild my life, stronger and more independent than ever before. I've moved in with my best friend for now. My family have been a rock for me. They didn't believe it at first. But they stood with me when they found out. We've helped each other, it's been the best therapy. I am still dealing with the aftermath of the medication fiasco. I will need to learn.